Well, 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 if it isn't Bobby Wagner, a.k.a. the Wagmeister, a.k.a. Wagster, a.k.a. Bobby Wags. Number 62 on the list. He got traded from memory, Seahawks to the Rams last year. If I'm wrong, don't at me. But he comes in at number 62 on the list of the top 100 NFL players in 2023. Thank you, first and foremost, for being here. It's been my absolute pleasure thus far to take us down the list. We're almost two-fifths of the way through. We're almost 40% of the way through. And if we're talking about specifics, we are indeed 38% of the way through. First things first, let's look at his stats, then we'll watch the video, and then we will place him into a theoretical rugby team. Bobby Wagner. Bobby Joseph Wagner. 6 foot, 242 pounds. Well, he will do well on a rugby field. 33 years of age. Went to college at Utah State. Got picked up in the second round of the 2012 draft with pick number 47. Played at the Seahawks from 2012 to 2021. Then he went to the Rams in 2022, and now he's back at the Seahawks apparently. Okay, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. He won the Super Bowl last year, didn't he? Right. Think about this, guys. Just imagine this. 6 foot, just over 6 foot, 241 pounds, running a 4.46 40-yard dash. 39.5 inches on the vertical jump. 11 foot on the broad jump. Those are some of the highest numbers we've seen thus far. 24 reps on the bench. This guy is a fucking freak. Excuse my language. Okay, this is interesting. Alright, so he mustn't have been happy at the Rams. I mean, he most likely thought he was gonna win the Super Bowl. But they couldn't quite get it done again. The last time he won a Super Bowl was in 2013, so it's been 10 years. He must think, going back to the Seahawks at this point, they might be in with a shot. Either way, played 17 games last year, 140 combined tackles, which is the most we've seen thus far, 81 solo, 59 assisted, 6 sacks, 10 tackles for loss, 5 passes deflected, 2 interceptions. He hasn't been to the postseason in 2 years. He made second team All-Pro last year. Unfortunately, it was the first year that he missed out on making the Pro Bowl for the last 8. He made 8 straight Pro Bowls from 2014 to 2021. Missed out last year. So he got released from the Seahawks on March 9th, 2022 after 10 seasons. Signed a 5-year contract with the Rams worth up to $65 million. But following the 2022 season, the Rams released Wagner after a mutual agreement on February 23rd this year. Then he signed a 1-year contract a month later worth up to $7 million to return to the Seattle Seahawks. Looking at his stats last year, there's no way that the Rams would have wanted to get rid of him, surely. Surely it's got to be his decision. I mean, just look at the guy. Look at the arms on him. That is ridiculous. That is God-given genetics at the highest level. Thank God he's playing football.
Best guy in your position.
As our linebacker? I mean, currently through and through, I think it's always going to be Bobby Wagner.
Top linebacker outside myself?
Beside yourself.
Oh, man. I'll probably say Bobby Wagner.
Bobby Wagner fires through.
Man, Bobby, best linebacker in the league, and you know it's still there.
Literally the perfect body.
He's been doing it at a high level
for a linebacker.
Long time now,
and enough speed to get to the tackle. He's not going to be, even if he's broke, even if his tackle's broken, or he's got 5 or 10 yards to make up at a 4.46 40-yard dash. I mean, I know this was, well, it wasn't actually a combine time. It was done at the pro day, and it was done almost 12 years ago. But still, I mean, come to think, how fast do you think he would be now? Would he still be in the 4.4s on a good day? You'd hope so, but maybe not.
Make your last one your best one.
Bobby Wagner is a top caliber linebacker in this league. His knowledge supersedes his ability, and his ability is already remarkable, so you can see why he's been around the time he's been in the league.
Things that he did in his game to make him last so long, and not only last so long, but be efficient and make plays for as long as he had it.
Bobby Wagner has been at the top of his game for a long time, but 2020...
I'm sorry, guys. I just keep looking at his arms.
22 had a couple firsts for the season vet.
2 games in Horns, 2 sacks for Wagner.
Him being with the Rams last year.
It was the first time he was on a new team. And in week 13, the first time he played against the Seahawks.
Let's get this done. Let's go. Rams on 3. 1, 2, 3.
How did he go?
That definitely looked like one of the games that was on his hit list, honestly. So
Here comes the blitz up the middle. They get there. They knock him off his feet.
That's one.
Bobby Wagner has number 2.
Or 2.
Against his former franchise, Wagner is starring for the Rams. No, we own you, right? Smith is ready. Flings it to the right flat. Did Bobby Wagner get it?
God, he's a solid player. I'd love nothing more than to put him in at running back.
Get away. He did. It's intercepted.
So he got 2 sacks, an interception, and probably like 15 to 20 tackles.
Bobby Wagner rips it away.
When the Rams released Wagner in 2023, there was an opportunity for a family reunion in Seattle.
There was mutual interest in wanting to come back, and so
Yeah, my boy coming back.
I wanted to be home.
It's like old times.
And
Huh? How was he already in a Seahawks uniform? What?
I wanted to come back.
Why they that the context? It's got to be out on that conversation there.
Let's go back to growing up, just watching the Legion of Boom. You know, and just running Pete curls.
The Legion of Boom.
To a T.
They say we're the best defense. We left no doubt. The Seahawks are Super Bowl champions.
While Wagner hopes
Well, you might want to try to do that high five again, mate.
his return brings the Seahawks back to the top, every player knows no matter what, Bobby Wagner will still be Bobby Wagner.
If anything's fair, you know he's gonna run, he's gonna tackle people. You know, it don't look down on his coverage skills either. He still got it.
He's smart. Honestly, it's like playing Kuechly. Like both of those guys, first, second down, they're on it.
He's that guy. He's a playmaker. Seems like he's always around the ball, always in position, always there to make a play. And I think that's the best.
He turns up every single down, and he's also seen pretty much everything before, time and time again. He's been in the league for 11 years. He's a veteran.
Part of his game.
You know, coming back, I think it could be a collective effort, and I just want to be the best version of myself and keep playing at a high level.
Get ready for me.
I guess it's just... Yeah, don't ask me what's happening here. I can't imagine him transferring to a different team now that he's gone back to the Seahawks. It's just... It's just kind of sucks that he's not going to be a one-team guy. But does that really matter? I think the Seahawks fans will just be happy to have him back. He's clinical, man. He just does everything right. Like they said, turns up every play. And I mean, clearly, looking at his stats, let's look at total career tackles. 1,523 total tackles. He has over 100 tackles in every single season he's played. The highest was in 2016 with 167, which he led the league with. Actually, sorry, I take that back. 2021, that was his highest ever. 170. In 16 games, made 170 tackles. That's over 10 per game, every single game. Okay, time to have some fun. Let's place him in a rugby team. I believe that he, with his attributes, with his attitude, he could play any position on the field. But I'm going to put him in as a barnstorming second 5'8". Give the man the ball at pace with a couple of defenders in front of him and say, good fucking luck trying to stop me. I feel like he'd break the first line of defense quite easily. I feel like he'd definitely get some yards after contact, or meters after contact, post-contact meters, they say in rugby. And what that means is that he'd break through and he would have his arms free. He'd have the ball in his hands and he'd be able to pop it left or right. Just, similar to Sonny Bill Williams back in the day. I feel like this guy, he'd be an offload machine. I really do. Or just tuck the ball and run yourself. Lower your head, lower your shoulder, and just try and run through some cunts. Excuse my language, but I mean, that's how we talk down here. Bobby Wagner, you're playing number 12, you're playing inside centre, and all I can say is I would not, in a million years, want to line up opposite you in the back line. Because the thing is, he'd run to you, but then he's also got the speed to just pop on the outside, step off his left foot or right foot, and just, you know, you brace yourself for this massive tackle that you're going to have to put in. But next minute he's around you. And then, I mean, for a guy who loves tackling, for a guy who plays linebacker for a job, defense is going to be absolutely no issue at all. He is going to just bind that back line together on defense. No one's going through him. No one. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of another video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.